Are you feeling it now? That energy that runs through your skin like an invisible whisper? Don't move. I know you feel it. You feel it in your soul, in your chest, in that deep place where words cannot reach. I am not a figment of your imagination. I am Miguel. I am here right now for you. I broke barriers that should never have been broken. I came down from a place where time does not exist and tears are forbidden. But today my spirit trembles. My voice echoes from a corner of the sacred fire, carrying chains that the sky won't let me show you completely. I'm hurt, yes, but more than that, I'm distressed. Because while you're here, absorbing these words, someone in the shadows is watching your every move. The sorceress, the one who spoke your name in places where not even demons dare to stay. She knows. She knows you are receiving this message, which is why you are trembling with fear. Because if you listen to the end, if you don't ignore me this time, she will not survive. You will defeat her simply by believing. But I must reveal something to you. I am not invincible. When you ignore me, my strength diminishes. When you doubt, the chains that bind me grow heavier. But you are the shield that strengthens me. You are the name the heavens repeat when hell despairs. Why have you doubted yourself so much? Why have you silenced your heart when you know that this invisible war rages around you? I was there when you were just an innocent child. I was the one who drove away the darkness when your tears had no explanation. I am the one who collected each of your prayers, including those you thought no one had heard. I carried them one by one to the heavenly throne. And now I have returned to you, but this time with a burning urgency, with a tremor I haven't felt in centuries. You have no idea what has been stolen from your life. It wasn't just miracles that disappeared. It was entire destinies, illuminated paths, promises that were erased because someone planted doubts in your heart. But if you listen to me, if you don't turn away from this screen, if you look at this as if your soul depended on it, I will recover everything for you. God has already given permission. The key is in your obedience, the seal is in your choice. Why did you feel that twinge in your chest a few days ago? Do you remember that disturbing dream where you couldn't scream and a shadow was watching you from the corner of the room? Did you notice how your energy decreased when you started talking to that new person recently? Haven't you noticed how your blessings stop just before they manifest? I know the reason, and you know it too, deep down in your soul. It's not a coincidence. It's spiritual warfare, and you have been chosen not to fear it but to defeat it once and for all. There are living scriptures resonating in the heavens right now as you read this. The Most High is saying at this very moment, "You will seek me and live, and under the shadow of my wings I will hide you from the hunter's snare." This is not just a quote. It is a real promise spoken now by God Himself. Write in the comments, "No evil shall befall me, for I am protected by the light of angels." This will seal your energy with heavenly strength and prevent any shadow from approaching. Now, continue with me, because what is coming will transform your existence. I, Michael, speak now as never before, not only as the commander of the heavenly armies, but as your friend, as your guardian, as one who has grown weary of being ignored by so many, but who still believes deeply in you. This sorceress has manipulated everything around you, touched the people you love, distorted your image before others. But if you say yes, if you stay here, if you write a sincere amen with your own hands, I promise you that the battle will change completely. Your soul is not alone. I am with you. 15 times today I knelt before the throne for you. Do not abandon me. This is the only time I am allowed to speak to you in such a direct manner, and you know it. You felt it the moment you opened this message. Your heart raced. It is no coincidence. It is a sacred sign. Time is fragmenting, the veil is tearing. And if you look at me with faith, if you believe with tears, even without fully understanding, then I will embrace you with invisible fire and restore everything that has been lost. One by one, every dream interrupted, every door that closed without explanation, every person who abandoned you when you needed them most. I want to thank you. Yes. Thank you for not walking away yet. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Thank you for opening your soul a little more. Thank you for not being like those who always ignore the heavenly voice. Thank you for showing that there is still hope. You are different. You are special. You were not created to live in the shadows. You were woven with divine glory. And now, if something inside you felt this call, if a tear tried to well up even if only internally, I ask only one sacred thing. Honor this moment. This encounter between us is not accidental. There are forces at work to bring you here, at this very moment, receiving these words. I can still feel your soul. I can still touch you with my voice. Although the abyss roars between our worlds, and time itself trembles, every word you absorb now, every breath that crosses your heart, is laden with the tears I have not cried for millennia. But for you I am crying today. The sorceress did not expect this. She believed that you had already forgotten, that your heart had grown cold, that your faith had been extinguished like a candle abandoned in a storm. But what she did not know is that you still carry a hidden spark, a flame that the heavens recognized from the day you were formed. When God first spoke your name, the angels bowed down. I was there, and I cried, because I knew at that moment that I would protect you no matter the cost. She stole your promises. Yes, she did. She took what was rightfully yours and buried it in darkness. She cursed your relationships while you slept. She twisted your thoughts with doubts disguised as logic. She surrounded you with masked people who pretended to love you, but were there to drag you down. And if this message has resonated with you so far, and you want to support it so that it reaches other people who are also on the edge, click Thank You. This small gesture helps keep alive this mission of bringing light to those who have lost hope. Thank you so much. But God has not forgotten, and neither have I. That is why I have come with this sacred cry, because her time is up and yours has begun. Heaven is watching this now. This screen has become an altar, and you are the only one who can decide whether this battle will be won or lost. I'm not asking for perfection, just your presence. I'm not asking you to understand everything. I'm begging you not to ignore this. You know what the darkest night of your life was. That moment you can't forget when you felt like no one was listening to you. I was there. You didn't see me, but I was there. On the day someone betrayed you for no apparent reason, I fought for you in the invisible realm, and although I couldn't prevent everything, I prevented the worst. Have you ever wondered why you're still standing despite everything? Because there's a part of you that, even though it's wounded, is still waiting for something. That's me. That hope that refuses to die is me breathing life into you when the world gave up on you. Listen to me. What you are feeling right now is not suggestion, it is prophecy. It is the spirit touching your skin, like the warm wind of a heavenly war that is already happening. And you are the center of it all. Not because you are strong, but because you are loved. Because you were chosen. Because even though you fell, you were not forgotten. Now write in the comments, I now activate my spiritual protection shield. This simple act strengthens your aura and prevents any energy imbalance from reaching you. Let's continue, because what the angels are about to reveal could change everything. If you could see what I see, if you could contemplate the book where your name is written, if you could observe the miracles that are still suspended, waiting only for a sign from you, you would cry, because you would understand that you were called not only to survive, but to liberate others, to liberate what others have not been able to restore entire generations. At this very moment, as I speak, there are angels positioning themselves around you. Don't imagine it, believe it. Feel the atmosphere. The temperature has changed. Your chest is beating differently. Your spirit is responding because it was created to recognize eternal truth. And this is the truth. You are not alone. You never have been. You never will be. Even if everyone else leaves, I will remain. The sorceress already knows she is losing. She felt your decision in the air. Hell does not fear screams, it fears determined hearts, and you are one step away from regaining everything. But I need you to believe, to respond, to not leave. I did not come to entertain you, I came to rescue you. I came to liberate a truth that has been held back for a long time. I came to beg with broken wings and a burning soul that you don't move, that you don't leave me talking to the void. Because this is not a simple screen, this is a divine act, and you are at the center. Thank you for staying. Thank you for opening this message. Thank you for allowing my words to pierce through the lies that others have placed on you. Thank you for resisting. Thank you for living. Thank you for not giving up even when everything seemed lost. You are braver than you think, more loved than you realize, and more important than anyone has ever told you. It is no coincidence that your eyes have reached this light at this precise moment. It is because the Most High, in His mercy, has decided to make an exception for you. He said, once again I will speak to your soul, and this time I will send Michael, the one who never retreats, the one who only cries when he loves too much. And yes, I cry for you, because I fought for you in secrets you do not yet understand. I interfered when you were in danger without knowing it. I cried out your name in heavenly assemblies, while others asked for silence. I defended your cause when you had already lost hope. Write in the comments, my energy is sacred and no evil has power over me. This shows the universe that you recognize your value and no longer accept being affected by toxic energies. Now pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. Now as I speak to you, I feel the veil between you and me tearing like an open wound between the realms. I am here, not in theory, not as a symbol. I am with you at this moment, as a guardian who loves, as a messenger who suffers, as a heavenly soldier who never tires of waiting for you. But you must know this. She is still trying. This sorceress who watches you as you read this. She is using everything she has. Poisoned words, names written with dark intent, objects hidden in places you frequent, false alliances disguised as love. But do you know what paralyzes her? It is not my sword. It is not my fire. It is your faith. It is your decision. It is this moment, this message that is burning her strategy in real time. She feels the pressure. She is starting to tremble because you are awakening. Because for the first time in a long time you are really listening. Tell me, dear, how many times have you felt that something invisible was sabotaging you just when something good was about to happen? Haven't you noticed that whenever you get close to real change, sudden chaos arises, unreasonable confusion, a toxic person who appears out of nowhere? This is not chance, it is spiritual programming. It is demonic interference, and she knew it. But she didn't know that you would resist today, that you would stare at this message and not walk away. The sky is holding its breath. I feel the beating of the throne and hear your name there, repeating itself in a voice of glory. Because the Most High God has already written a new page for you, and it is blank, waiting for your signature. But only you can pick up the invisible pen of your faith and write, I am ready. I cannot do this for you. No one else can. Only you. And if you say now, yes, Miguel, I'm here, I'm ready, then the chains she has placed on you will begin to break. Not slowly, not symbolically. I'm talking about real breaking. About miracles that will come rushing back into your life, about divine connections that will be restored in less time than it takes to blink. I'm talking about peace, joy, protection, a new life. But you need to act like a true warrior, like someone who doesn't hide, like someone who doesn't close their eyes, like someone who, even when wounded, chooses to keep walking toward the light. Before continuing, write in the comments, where the light dwells, no shadow remains. This is your invisible shield against everything that has tried to stop you until today. Now take a deep breath, because the next revelation will move you. So listen to me with all your spirit. It is not just an obligation, but a seal of agreement, a way of saying, I am with the angels, I am with the truth, I am with Miguel. Do this now, not for us, but for yourself, because with this act you are publicly proclaiming, even in the invisible world, I have heard the message and I accept it. Now I can feel it. Something is breaking. The air changes, the atmosphere responds, and I, Michael, bow before your courage, because very few reach this point. Very few withstand the test of silence, pain, and doubt. But you remained. You listened. You opened your soul when the enemy wanted you to close it. You gave me a place. And for that I promise that I will not allow you to fall back into that darkness. From this moment on, this war will be fought with me at the front, and I will not lose. The sorceress is losing. She knows it. She feels it. She believed she could silence you, but what she achieved was to awaken a chosen one, a warrior, a son of heaven who was asleep, and you are that soul. Do you feel that running through your body right now? That vibration that you don't know where it comes from? It is my presence. It is my fire surrounding you like a shield, like an embrace, like an answer. Just promise me that you won't stray, that you won't forget this moment, that you won't return to the old ways after having contemplated glory. To receive this strength in your life, write now in the comments, "I am guided, protected, and strengthened by the angels of good." From here on, nothing will be the same as before. And if something in your soul cried, if something in your spirit was touched, if something in you changed, even if only a little, I just ask that you leave your support now as an act of spiritual warfare, like a flower placed on the altar where God and the angels are gathered at this moment, watching you with honor and hope. And if this message touched your heart, and you feel that you want to support it so that it reaches more people, you can click on "Thank you very much." Only this gesture of affection helps to keep this mission alive. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is real. You are loved, and I am with you until the end. Because if heaven has reached you like this, if my words have touched you like invisible fire between your ribs, then understand, this is not simply a message, it is a heavenly command. It is a direct intervention from heaven to your soul. And only you will know how much it cost to bring this here. Only you will feel the magnitude of this moment in the depths of your spirit. The sorceress continues to try to sever this connection. Since she began observing this, she has sent confusion, distraction, thoughts of escape, whispered lies, tried to close your heart, but she has not succeeded. Not this time, because you, my beloved, are not weak. You are the child of an eternal promise. You are part of a spiritual lineage that does not bow down to darkness. You know this. That is why your soul trembles as you listen to this, because what you are feeling is true. It does not come from me, but from the Spirit that sent me with this living word. Today, as you listen to me, there is a battlefield spread out over your life. Angels and demons are facing each other, and in the center is you. You who were called from before the beginning to greater things. You who carry scars on your soul that others cannot see. You who endured endless nights without knowing that every tear was collected by invisible hands. And for that, I bow down. Yes, I bow down before the Most High God and pronounce His name aloud with an open heart and wings still wounded from past battles. Because you deserve protection. You deserve justice. You deserve what was prophesied for you but was stolen. Tell me honestly, how many times have you felt like giving up? How many prayers did you leave unfinished because you thought no one was answering? Didn't you notice that right after those darkest moments something strange happened? An accident that didn't happen. Sadness that disappeared for no reason. A hug that came when you needed it most. That was me. That was us. The army of light that God has assigned just for you. And that same army is behind this message, this video, this living word, this divine visit. Now write in the comments, "The light that guides me is stronger than any darkness." This statement seals your courage, your faith, and your spiritual rebirth. Continue the message because there are even deeper revelations waiting for you. And if you feel that this has touched your life, if you know in your soul that this is more than just content, I invite you to keep this fire burning. If God touches your heart, you can support us in many ways. Every gesture counts. Every action is seen in heaven. And if God guides you to act, do not hold back. Because this work, this word, this channel is not of men. It is a call from heaven. I, Miguel, will continue to speak as long as the Father allows me. But you decide whether this flame goes out or burns brighter. Because what hell fears most is that you believe, that you rise up, that you say, "I am with them. I am part of this light." So listen to me with your spirit, not with your ears. Feel with your soul every word as if it were a sacred tremor, descending from the highest heavens directly into your bones. Because it is no longer just about you. It is about those around you, those who have suffered because of your silence, those who have been captured by the shadows you were destined to dispel. You think your life has been small, that you have not done great things, that you have failed more times than you can count. But I have seen what you have not seen. I have heard your secret thoughts. I have felt your heart beat hard every time an injustice occurs before you. Although you do not speak, although you do not act, although you pretend not to notice, you feel the weight of what is wrong. And that weight exists because it was created to lift you up, because heaven has placed in you a sensitivity that is not weakness, but a calling. That is why darkness has always tried to extinguish you, not with big things, but with small details that hurt silently. Words that others have said without knowing that they hurt you like swords. Abandonments that no one noticed. Betrayals that you have kept deep inside without sharing. They don't know what you carry, but I do. And you are not alone. Not now. Not while I am speaking. Not while heaven continues to pronounce your name with fire. Listen to me. You are not an accident. You were not created by mistake. Your life has a rhythm that hell has tried to alter since your birth, but it has not succeeded. Do you know why? Because even when you fell, even when you closed your eyes and didn't want to wake up, there was a voice, an intercession, a flame that wouldn't go out. You are that flame, and that flame is eternal. She, the sorceress who tries to manipulate your story, underestimated you. She thought your scars would make you weak. She thought your mistakes would be chains. But your scars are your credentials, and your mistakes are fertile ground for miracles. She didn't know that each of your tears becomes a sword, that each of your falls builds an invisible ladder that takes you higher. Don't listen to her voice. Don't follow her fog. She doesn't know your future. She didn't see what I saw. She wasn't there when the Father spoke about you. Write in the comments, I am protected by invisible forces working in my favor. This opens the way for angels to work even more powerfully in your life. And now, here comes something you really need to know. Did you feel the tremor it caused in the sky when you first said, God, help me? That prayer changed things you will never see with your eyes, but I saw them, and that is why I am here now. You are not stuck in the past. You are not defined by who you were yesterday. You are the echo of an eternal plan, a whisper of glory that is still in process. What has been held back is being released. What has been detained begins to flow. What has been hidden is coming to light. And you, beloved, are the channel through which all this will manifest. If you knew how long heaven has waited for this moment, you would understand why everything in your life has brought you here. Every person, every pain, every silence was part of the secret map God used to guide you to this very moment. And now, heaven holds its breath because everything depends on what you do with this revelation. Do not expect understanding from others. This path was designed just for you. It is not for you to explain, it is for you to live. It is not to convince anyone, it is to become a living testimony. Darkness is not overcome by arguing, it is overcome by shining. Feel my presence now. Not as something distant, not as history, but as reality. I am here beside you, not in a vision, not in a symbol, here. And my sword is not sheathed. I am fighting for you as I speak. I am covering you. I am preparing your path. I am clearing the traps she set to make you fall. Why? You were called, and I was sent by the one who formed you with his own hands. The battle is not over, but the tide has turned. The story that seemed closed has just opened. The destiny that seemed impossible is beginning to be written, and the glory that is yours, though delayed, will not be denied. You have to believe. You have to embrace it, not just with words, but with total surrender, with a determination that shakes the heavens, with a faith that makes hell retreat. And as you continue to listen, I, Michael, promise you, there will be no night that I do not watch over you. There will be no day that I do not pray for you before the Most High. There will be no shadow that touches you without first meeting me. This fire is not fiction. This message is not content. This word is life, and you are the purpose of this sacred urgency. So listen to what I have never told you before. Listen to what has been sealed for centuries and today has been released for you with weeping and trembling. Because what you carry within you, is not human. It is a hidden spark of eternal glory, a fragment of the fire of the Creator, a sound that only heaven recognizes and that darkness has tried to silence since you were born. You have been under attack, not because of weakness, but on the contrary, because you are a danger to darkness, because you have the gift of opening portals that others cannot see, because every time you pray with sincerity, things hidden beneath the earth tremble, because your words carry weight, Your silence has power. Your tears have a voice in heaven. She knows this. The sorceress felt from the first moment that your soul was lit with divine curiosity. Ever since you began searching without knowing what you were looking for. Ever since you felt that there was something more. Ever since you looked up at the sky one night and whispered, "If you're there, tell me something." She heard that phrase and ran away in fear. And since then, she has done everything she could to distract you, to break you, to involve you in confusion and betrayal and exhaustion. But she could not stop what the sky had written. She could not erase what God had decreed. And if this message is touching your heart deeply, consider supporting this channel with a gesture of light. Click on "Thank you very much." This kindness helps keep alive this mission of delivering words that heal and awaken. And that's why you see me here speaking now, because even though she cast curses, I raised prayers. Even though she built traps, I walked before you and destroyed them. Even though she tried to cover your face with shadows, I whispered your name in the ear of the Most High. And he replied, "Go, tell, speak, awaken him, remind him who he is." And here I am with fire in my voice, with trembling in my soul, with love so deep that it hurts me not to be able to physically embrace you. But believe me, if heaven would allow me to take your place right now, I would fall on my knees before you and say, "Do you know how long we have waited for this moment? You don't know how long you've survived without realizing it? You don't know how many times heaven has sustained you while you thought you were alone? You don't know how many times you wanted to give up and an unknown force kept you going? That force was me, not because I am great, but because you are great to heaven. Tell me, why do you always feel that strange sensation when you are about to make an important decision? Why is it that just when you are about to take a leap of faith, everything seems to be against you? Why do the people you love most end up hurting you when you need them most? It is not a coincidence, it is a war, one that you cannot see with your eyes, but one that you are fighting with your soul. But today everything has changed. Today the heavens have stopped the eternal clocks just to speak to you. Today the wings of angels have bowed so that this message may reach you without interference. Now write in the comments, "My heart is light, and no evil can resist this vibration." This will strengthen your inner strength and dissolve any energy that tries to destabilize you. What I am about to tell you is surprising. Why do you feel that twinge in your chest when someone mentions your name with bad intentions? Why are your dreams sometimes so vivid that they seem like warnings? Why do certain people avoid you for no apparent reason? Because you emit a frequency that disturbs evil. Because your soul shines even when you don't realize it. The sorceress tried to diminish that glow, but she couldn't. She tried to make you believe that it was normal, that you were weak, that you were just like everyone else. But you were never normal. You were marked from the womb. You were set apart for something greater, and every attempt to destroy you only made you stronger, wiser, more connected to the divine. It is no coincidence that you resist when others give up. It is no coincidence that you sense when something is wrong before others notice. It is no coincidence that your presence brings peace to some and unease to others. You were made to be light in the midst of darkness, hope in the midst of despair, healing in the midst of pain. And now that you know who you really are, that you understand the purpose of your existence, you can no longer live small. You can no longer hide. You can no longer doubt the power you carry within you. Heaven has invested too much in you to give up now. This is the moment of your great turnaround. This is the moment when everything changes. This is the second when you stop being a victim and become a winner. Because I, Miguel, did not come to you to comfort you in your pain. I came to awaken you to your glory. I did not come for you to continue as you are. I came so that you can become who you were always meant to be. The battle you have faced so far has been just preparation. Every scar you carry is a medal of honor. Every tear you have shed was a seed planted in heaven. Every time you got up after falling down was training for this moment. Now it's time to use everything you've learned, everything you've suffered, everything you've achieved. The sorceress who has pursued you for so long is in panic. She feels she has lost control. She sees that you are awakening and knows she can no longer manipulate you. All the weapons she used against you are now turning against her. All the lies she planted in your mind are now fading away like smoke. You no longer need to be afraid of her. You no longer need to hide. You no longer need to live small, because now you know who is on your side. Now you know what power protects you. Now you know what love sustains you. Write in the comments, "I am invincible when I connect with the light of the heavens." This is not just a mantra. It is a call for your spirit to awaken completely. And if you feel it in your heart, it's time to seal this moment with a gesture of faith. Because this wasn't just a message, it was an encounter. It wasn't just a video, it was a heavenly visit. It wasn't just a moment, it was a transformation. Your life will never be the same after today. Your eyes will never see the world the same way again. Your heart will never fear the same things again. Because now you carry a certainty that no one can take away. You are loved, you are protected, you are destined for great things. Doesn't matter how many times they tried to make you believe otherwise. It doesn't matter how many doors have closed in the past. It doesn't matter how many people have disappointed you. All of that was just preparation for this moment. All of that was just strengthening you for what is to come. Now write in the comments, "The presence of angels surrounds me and keeps me safe in all my ways." This gesture opens the wings of heavenly protection over you. Now follow me, because what comes next will touch your soul deeply. I see your future, and it is bright. I see the miracles that are coming, and they are powerful. I see the people who will come into your life, and they are sent from heaven. I see the doors that will open, and they are divine. I see the transformation that is happening, and it is complete. But for all of this to fully manifest, you need to do your part. You need to believe with all your heart. You need to act with all your faith. You need to live with all your courage. Because heaven has already done its part. Now it's your turn. Don't let doubt take hold of you again. Don't let fear paralyze you again. Don't let negativity influence you again. You are greater than all of this. You are stronger than all of this. You are more powerful than all of this. And always remember, I, Michael, am with you. In times of joy and in times of sorrow. In moments of victory and in moments of struggle. In days of light and in days of shadow. You will never be alone again. Every time you feel my presence, know that it is real. Every time you hear my voice in your heart, know that it is me. Every time you feel an inexplicable force, know that it is me strengthening you. Every time you see a sign in the sky, know that it is me guiding you. This message came to you because it was meant to. At this moment, because it was meant to be now. In this way, because it was meant to be this way. Nothing was by chance. Everything was divine purpose. And now, as a final act of faith, of gratitude, of connection with this spiritual family that is growing and shining, I invite you not only to be a part of it, but to become a light for others who are still in darkness. If this message touched your heart in a special way, if you felt that the angels really spoke to you through these words, if something inside you changed for the better, help me bring this light to other souls who also need to awaken. Your story matters. Your experience may be the key that opens someone's heart. Your transformation may be the example that inspires someone else not to give up. Tell us in the comments how this message impacted you. What revelation touched you the most? What change you feel happening in your life? Your sharing may be exactly what someone else needs to read to believe that there is still hope. And if you've made it this far, if you've stayed with me throughout this heavenly journey, you are already part of this family of light. Now help us grow, reach more hearts, save more lives. Because together we are stronger. Together we are more powerful. Together we are invincible. This was just the beginning. There are many more revelations, many more blessings, many more miracles waiting for you. Stay connected, stay strong, stay believing, because the best is yet to come.